Good morning, guys. How are you? Hope you slept well. I had a little bit of trouble getting to sleep, but once I got to sleep, I slept just fine. I'm gonna get the fire going, make some bacon and eggs, and then take a look at the map and see where we're headed today. Let's get at it. Looks like it's gonna be another nice day. That's an awfully hot coffee pot. Gotta have the soy sauce on the eggs, or not. Got not soy sauce, red hot. I'm losing my mind. Capers and garlic. Like I said yesterday, guys, I rarely eat breakfast, so this is a treat for me. Let me finish this and then we'll take a look at the map, talk about where we're headed today. All right, so here's where we're starting. And normally you can drive up this road, but it's closed now because it's not maintained for the winter. So I gotta walk all the way up this main road. We're gonna visit the bog, backtrack, and then down this side access road, which is also closed, to Beam Run Trail. And then from Beam Run Trail, we're gonna take that out to Beam Rocks and get the view. And then I gotta backtrack all the way. All told, we're looking at about 10 miles. So at first I couldn't understand why the road was closed. There were just a few patches of ice and I thought I could have made it even in my van. But even a little further up the road, it became apparent that that wasn't going to be the case as I went further up the mountain. It became so difficult to walk on the ice that I had to stop a few times to take a break. Walking on ice is no joke. You got to kind of flat foot it like I'm doing here, because if you put pressure on your toes, you tend to slip out like I do right here. And there's the hockey stop. Watch me go on my ass. Spraying ice all over you guys. I'm sorry, but I can't help it. Doesn't that one look like a penis? You could say a candelabra, I suppose, but I say penis. I am now in Laurel State Park. As I said, these all link together, which is why you could get lost out here. Could definitely walk all day and just end up in a different so-called state forest. It's just the woods, man, and I'm glad they set them aside so that the public can enjoy them. All right, so here's the bog. We're gonna enter into bog territory here. The right time of the year, this is a good place to come pick blueberries. It's very windswept out here. Well, you guys will see in just a moment. And it's all marshy. Boggy, hence the name, the bog. There it is. Gotta watch where I step out here. There is a little bridge that we can go out on. I don't know how thick the ice is. The water is not that deep necessarily, but it's like quicksand. Just an eerie scene. Oh, look at that airplane. Just adds to the Anthropocene. Is that natural? Is it unnatural? I don't know. It's the Anthropocene. I'm sure some of you are familiar with the term. All right, I'm finally at the summit. It took me a little over 2 hours to walk up that main access road. Now I got about another hour walk on a stone gravel road until I get to the trailhead. Again, you wouldn't have this long of a walk if the roads weren't closed. So any other time of the year, figure about a half an hour to get to the amazing view that we're headed for. So I'm not sure how often this is used, but it is maintained, so I know people do use it. There is a observatory here where astronomers do their astronomer things, and probably much like the one at my local park, Mingo Park. As I was saying, we have an observatory in our local park here. I'll have to check this summer and see if it's open to the public. But on the back side there, the roof opens up. You can see right here where the roof is meant to roll away. It rolls back in there, and the big phallic telescope sticks out there, looks up at the sky. But if you live nearby, you should check it out. The one at Mingo is open to the public a few days in the summers. I have certainly put my peepers in their telescopes before. God, why does everything I say sound dirty? Didn't mean it that way. All right, back through the rhododendrons and on to Green Falls. A couple of kids that camped out here smoking some pot and drinking fell off these rocks and got killed a number of years ago, so hence the signs. Almost there. It's worth the walk, I promise. So here's why it's dangerous. You gotta make the leap, or we'll take the easy way around it. Since it's snowing, we'll go the icy, easy route. Well, was it worth it? Let's go out to the edge here. So I'm not going to mess around too much today, but these go way down, these rhododendron bushes. But you can climb all through these rocks, little secret pop-outs and stuff. I don't want to get stuck since I'm by myself, so I'm not going to go too far down, but I will take you guys down a little bit. Try to post hole in these other footprints. Oh, look at that ice, boys. That's an accident waiting to happen. All right, here we go. From here, I'm gonna do a jump. All right. See, still ways to go. Take you down this little crevice. They're all through these hills like this, where you can just crawl through these little crevasses. Some a lot lower too for little kids. If you got little kids, go down lower. Same sort of thing. Not the kind of danger. I know it won't do it justice on camera, but this is a straight precipice in some spots. And on this ice and snow, it's very easy to slip on. Check this little crevasse out. Very icy in here. Sheer ice right now. If you're claustrophobic, this isn't the place to be. Pretty cool though. It's like this all over here at Beam Rocks. Going up. Ooh, tight fit. I see daylight again. All right, now I begin my long, arduous walk back. Oh, I'm not looking forward to it, to be honest, but I'm gonna stop for a minute, take a break. I'll show you guys what I have on my person, what I carry, so to speak, and how I'm dressed when I go for a day walk like this. And everyday walker knows, and I'm not talking about a quick 1 hour jaunt in the woods. I'm talking about like this, 8 hours, that every piece of gear matters, makes or breaks your trip. Nobody for 6 miles of me, let alone 6 feet, so I think I'm social distancing. Hey guys, how you doing? I've been back for a while. I've just been relaxing. My legs are a bit knackered, I'll be honest. I had a kink in my left leg and it turned into a kind of spasmic pain on the way back. Yeah, Father Time's catching up to me, I guess, which is sad because all through my teens, 20s, and early 30s, I felt the same, but all of a sudden it's like, yeah, some of that stuff starts to catch up to you. But just been reading a book on the trees of Pennsylvania here by Charles Fergus. It's really good. I'm reading about oaks right now. I only know how to determine the difference between like the two major categories, red oaks and white oaks, by their leaves. But apparently there's like 80 or 90 different varieties. I'm reading about pin oak right now, which is in the red oak category. Pin oak because its branches branch off in an interesting way, where the smallest branches are close enough to pins that they called them that. And apparently because of that, because of their shape, they were used in timber framing as the nails. Interesting. But the real interesting story that I want to share with you, of course, every tree has its pest, right? And for oaks, it's the gypsy moth. But there's an interesting story he tells about how the gypsy moth got to be here in America. So the gypsy moth is this caterpillar that turns into a moth, and it lays its eggs in the acorns, and then the moths and the caterpillars rather eat the foliage in early spring. Now the tree will reflower, but it expends a lot of energy to do that, and coupled with like a season of drought with these gypsy moths, it can destroy the trees. It can destroy whole stands. But here's the story of how it came to be in America, because it's a like Euro-Asian bug. So he writes that in the mid-1800s, it was brought to Massachusetts by a French entomologist who wanted to breed hybrid silk moths and establish a silk industry. Of course, as it goes, some of the moths escaped, and the insects have been expanding their range ever since. Isn't that always the case, man? Somebody in the height of the Industrial Revolution wanted to set up a silk factory, and the moths escaped, and now we got to deal with them. C'est la vie. Come on, you knew I had to use an axe. Just gonna split up a little kindling here. Don't tell my doctor. Brought the beautiful sports utility line, Council Tools Hudson Bay. This guy's pretty chunky. I think you guys can see. I left it pretty chunky. I did take out some off the cheeks, but mostly it's just for work, just like this. Got a rager. Gotta go look for a wiener stick. Gonna roast some hot dogs tonight. Don't have the energy for the tuna, so all you get is a little wiener roast. Frankfurter roast. All right, well that passed the Boy Scout standard. Good enough for me. Let's cook some hot dogs. I like to put them lengthwise. Again, I'm on my best behavior. Hope you guys are enjoying the trip with me. Kind of neat having you guys along. Well, I'd say she's done, huh? No buns. All I got is some ketchup and some hot sauce. I'm gonna make a couple of these guys and then head back inside and relax some more. Smoke shift. Why does it seem like no matter which way you place the fire in relation to the wind when you start, it always shifts to where you're sitting? All right, guys, I'm gonna hit the hay. It's only 9:30, but that walk really beat me up today, so it's been fun. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I hope we can do this more often. This camping thing is something that I used to do a lot more than I do now, so maybe I'll get back into it again for you guys. But in any case, unless something magic or tragic happens, I'll see you on the morrow. I just don't want to get out of bed. I slept much better last night. I didn't start a fire and let it die down. And it was cooler in here. Kept all the windows open. So that's the way to sleep in this bag. The first night with the fire going, it was a little hot. Anyways, guys, I just got to make coffee, pack up, and drive home. So I probably won't bring you guys along for that. Maybe the coffee, maybe we'll have some final thoughts. But other than that, man, I hope you guys enjoyed the trip as much as I did. And I'm sure we'll do it again sometime soon. Well, that's about it, guys. I got an hour and 20-minute drive ahead of me. I'm following some logging trucks out of the forest here. So I hope you guys had a good time. I did, as I said. And I'll see you guys on the next one.